Get ready, folks.
I sure am. Are you ready?
I sure am.
Super excited. Hello and good evening. I am Dr. Rebecca Foster. This is Paranormal PhD. It is May 24th. Shall I go on? Oh, you guys, I wasn't on last week, was I? There was a reason. There was an absolute reason why. When my power went out, it was crazy. I don't even think it was my power. There was something else going on. Something went out. That was what I had. No air conditioning. Oh, you guys, seriously, like last week, the entire whole ordeal, I don't even remember what it was. I just know that I didn't have power of something. And last week, I'm still coming off of all of the I can't even talk and I'm sober. Phantasmical. I was trying to say phantasmical. Blix, you cannot play with the computer. Do not walk across my computer. My cat's joining me. So I couldn't get on last week, and it just, everything was kind of the way it was. It was fluky. Nope. Thank you. Fluky. And I'm coming down from it this week. Seriously. What are you doing? He's a lover. Maybe he'll come around and say hello. Right, Blix? Come here. Come here, kitty cat. Nope. He's cat. Pretty ignorant. So, oh my gosh, you guys, the readings this past week. The readings have been amazing in a way that it's like, hey, hello. It's my dog. Ghost. No. It's just the way it is. You guys can hear me, right? Everybody can hear me okay? Ghost. I am below him, and there is a vent that he knows I'm right below him, and he has figured out how to take the vent cover off. And now he has been digging down into the vent because he hears me down here, and there's like a little peephole in there. So he can see me, and he loves me dearly and wants to be with me. So anyway, this massive blanket of restart, of beginnings and endings, has like cascaded across everyone. And I have had to dig through this huge blanket disclaimer for almost every reading, and everybody is doing these new beginnings things and new endings and finding themselves and revelation, and oh my gosh, it has been crazy. And then on top of it, I was in Strasburg, Virginia this weekend. I made some amazing new friendships. Rick Hayes, he's a medium, Ernie Atwell, and Dave. And I'm sorry, I don't remember Dave's last name, but you guys, when I start channeling, I don't use my brain very well. And then Mike, they were like, goes to Shepherdtown, goes to Morgantown. Is that it? And then they have their own podcast. So if you get on, I don't even know, maybe my Facebook page, you'll be able to see them and locate them. Or maybe they'll stop in here tonight, because I did tell Ernie to stop on and say hello and maybe introduce himself. So for everyone who came out, it was a blast putting faces to names of people that I read, and for those that are close enough that they were able to drive out. And it was a lot of fun. It was hotter than sin out there, though. It was like I left the 90s here, went into the 95, 100s there, and then came home to the 40s. Been freezing my hiney off. So I hope everybody is doing well. So I don't really have anything planned to talk about. I had a really great reading today, and I said, I'm going to talk about this later on. I don't remember what it was. Seriously. I don't remember my readings or people's readings. I don't remember them. I do know that if you are going through something right now and you're feeling alone, you're not alone. It is it is such an immense time of change, and I thought maybe it was just me going through certain things and all this, celestial and planetary changes, and it's not. It is just so many people. And also these revelations as to the people around us that we've outgrown, and it goes both sides of the fence. We just realize that maybe this journey with these people or this person is over, and it could be friend, it could be family member, it could be partners, it could be anybody, it could be employers, employees, and it's just the discovery that this is no longer working in my life, and it's okay. We've taken experiences from one another, and we're growing, and to each their own, right? And then not feeling the parts of us that try to cling to fixing it or making it better. You just get to a point, and you can let me know, if you've gone through something, you want to share it, by all means, I'll share the link and you guys can jump on with me. But it is the revelation that, wait, I don't need to fix this anymore. I don't need to argue my case. I don't need to think about it anymore. Um, and that can be such a lifted burden of the revelation, realization that I don't have any power over this. I think of Labyrinth. You have no power over me. And that is the most freeing phrase ever. It's really amazing. I love it. Christina, hello, darling. I love you too. This is my niece here. She's a wonderful person. I love her very much. All right, everybody can hear me. All right. Hello, hello, hello. I'm just looking at everybody who is here. All right. Oh, Ernie is here. Okay, Ernie, this is Ernie right here. Hey, hey, hey. So, Ernie, throw a link in there and where people can catch your podcast or what you guys are doing, and um they'll be able to look you up and find you further. He's been on several shows, Haunted Hospitals, and some other shows on Travel Channel. So some of you who watch those shows may very well recognize him. Labyrinth is one of my favorite movies too. I just froze up. Oh my gosh, why did I freeze? Can you guys still hear me even though I'm frozen? Can you guys still hear me? Let's try something here, darling, shall we? Okay, there's that camera. Really bad lighting. There we go. There's one. I'm getting there. It's not me. I'm telling you guys. It's crazy. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can switch cameras because this one's really bad. Well, yay, it works. Okay. Alrighty then. It's not me, guys. I'm telling you, it is Mercury retrograde and all this garbage, plus my cat fiddled with behind it. So I'm just going to get started. Okay, I'm just going to get started. All right, let's just do this, shall we? Let's just do it. Okay, step into the paranormal. It's okay, so this is what he's got here, guys. It's step into the paranormal dub. There you go. YouTube, speaker, Spotify. Check them out. It's Ernie and Dave, and they do this show together. So check them out. All right, so let's get some readings going, shall we? All right. I know I recognize, excuse me, some of them. Carl, you're here. Aren't you supposed to be in Georgia with your daddy? Did you leave already? Okay, it's so beautiful and peaceful down there. And yeah, I wouldn't doubt you were on Squatchy Land for sure. All right. Thomas Kasdorf, hello. How are you? It's been a week. 2 weeks, sorry. 2 weeks. Thomas, I'm going to tell you what, Thomas, first thing your guides are telling me to tell you is looks like something wrong with a tooth. And I'm thinking it might be maybe a filling or it feels almost as if it would be something like if you take a bite, it would affect your gums. So I'm wondering if it is a tooth or maybe you've got like a plate or something in there, but they're saying something about going to the dentist and getting it looked at because it looks like it affects the gums. And if it is a tooth, you know, there's nothing worse than something down into the nerve. But that and don't eat like a lot of sticky candy. I don't know why. Maybe you already know that. Don't eat a lot of sticky candy. But they're saying that I have to remove that. But it looks like yeah, it looks like a filling or something like that. I can't find Ernie's post now. I have to find it so I can take it off the front screen. There it is. I'm just a hot mess, and y'all wouldn't have it any other way. I know that. Okay. All right. So yes, definitely, Thomas. I would get any weirdness in the mouth. The one way that you can check and see if you've got any strangeness is get a bubble gum wrapper, the metal kind, and just kind of bite down on that and just like move it around and really bite down on it good. That will determine if there's anything wrong with your teeth. Okay. Hello, Caroline Forth. How are you? You feel really sunny, Caroline. It feels like a lot of heat or lots of sun and maybe a fever. But it feels heat. It feels like heat. And I don't see you being sick, so probably not a fever, but if your skin is feeling hot like that, it might, if you're going to be out in the sun, sunscreen for sure. It just feels like a tendency either to burn or having sunburn. It's interesting. It feels like it's all in my face too, all in my face. Watch heat stroke as well. So be careful out in the heat. We have these weird waves going on right now where this 90-degree wave has just been like moving across the country. So be careful in the heat is what there's. Stay hydrated for sure. Christina, darling, how are you? Christina, I never read you and your family, so you think I would, but I can see a change in work or income for you. So there will be some kind of a job change coming up, maybe something that you've been pursuing for quite some time, and you're going to be doing that. So there looks like there would be some kind of a job change coming up, and it almost like lends to your independence. So positive. I don't think you've hit that. Well, you may be dealing with a lot in your world right now that you realize you're supposed to close doors on, but can't. And this new financial opportunity looks like it's going to help put you in that direction. And it looks like something you've been wanting for a while. Steph, how are you? Hello. Steph, what do I see if I see anything around you? I'm just kind of popping in on everybody and just seeing if I can grab some. If I don't get something for you right now, I will grab it as it comes along. I see, Steph, I just see, not that your life is boring, to say the least, but I just see you having to really deal with family right now or focused on family. I'm seeing you really having to put your time and energy. And it's interesting because as I say that, your energy says, yes, that's true. Golly gee, what else is going to bother the hell out of me? Um, I'm seeing your energy saying and doing all of these things with family and with children and people around you, but you stop and you're like, yes, but when is it my time? Like, when am I going to have my time? And so there you are. There was a hair that was stuck in my glasses. It was poking me in the corner of my eye. And so your energy definitely is doing what it's supposed to do, but your soul is also asking about, when is it my time? Like, when am I going to have my moment? I need to breathe. I need a second as well. So very interesting. Okay, that was for Steph. All right. And I'm just going to cruise down here. Headachiness. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I often wonder, if I don't do the show tonight, are people really going to miss it? I was still catching up today from this last week. Man, it just took me a moment today to really do it, to just catch up. And oh my gosh, you guys, maybe it's on my eyelash. Holy cow. I feel like something's messing with me big time. All right. Jose Rajas, how are you? Heather, hello. Hello. I can't. Labyrinth, blah, blah. Okay, we're back to that. Pam Shack. I'm just running through names so I can grab the loudest energies out of here. Carol Brown Mills, I'm seeing you actually taking a trip, and it feels like with it's a level tier, so it's either a very good friend or a sisterly energy, and it feels like someone that you're close enough with that you're actually able to be yourself, maybe bicker back and forth, and still enjoy your time. So this looks like it would be a fun trip. Even if you guys are kind of like, would you be quiet? Oh no, do it this way. No, do this. So there's like a little bit of like back and forth bickering, but it looks fun. Looks fun. I'm going to star you when I read you guys too. So if you catch a little star next to him, that's me. Okay. Lala. Hello, my darling Lala. So if anybody's interested on YouTube, Lala is my wrenchy. She's a wrench next to her name right here. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask Lala. She will be very happy to answer for you. Suzanne Carey, hello, how are you? Long time no chat. So many people that I haven't seen in a long time. Okay, and the sound is still working. Oh my God, I thought, holy crikey, Batman, did I lose my sound again? Pam Huff. Wait, Pam, are you a grandma again? Did I see that on Facebook? Are you a grandma again? If you are, and if that is you, yes, congratulations. Steph, that was for you because she nailed it. You're welcome. If it was one of my blanket statements, I'm just putting it out there. It's because so many people have been highly affected, sensitive people especially. Lightning Will, I am Robin. I am in hermit mode. I'm 70. Yo, gal. Hey, you know what? Sometimes hermit mode is the best way to go. You would think that I would be like an extrovert. You'd think, but I'm not. I have extroverted friends, and I am not that way. I am a sit back in the corner and watch the room kind of a person, and I take everything in and everyone in. But I love speaking and I love public speaking, which is weird. It goes against my personality type. But to be a hermit, you grow into that because you go through enough in life to where you start to learn how to shield yourself and how to protect yourself from negative energies and negative people and negative situations. And you just get to a point where you go, you know what? I like myself at this point. I understand myself, and I no longer want to deal with these types of behaviors. And so what your soul does is it starts seeking out like-minded individuals and people who are happy. You get tired of all the bull and the drama, and you get tired of all the garbage, and all you just really want is true peace. And so being a hermit isn't a bad thing, but the thing is it's because you're protecting yourself that we become more hermited. And I love being home. I am a homebody, and I love my alone time. It's my, and people think I'm alone, but I'm with God. You need to find those times, and because not all a living individual is not always going to be sitting next to you to comfort you. You must learn how to soothe yourself, how to comfort yourself. Just like, I don't believe in letting babies scream and cry themselves to sleep. I don't believe in it. Never did it. Would never do it. Okay, I'll go pick up a stranger's baby if I hear it screaming. But it is the same thing. You have to learn how at some point to comfort yourself, to not always have, and you get to a point as a hermit where you're like, I've done that enough. I've tried to learn how to do that. I've allowed enough people to comfort me. And you learn that you get to a point where you're just like, you know what? I don't need anybody to comfort me. I'm good. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're still capable of forming relationships. Okay, Patty, let me write this down here. What does this say? So a few years ago, everything was spiraling out of control. 2 years ago, started going great. Right now, it feels like everything is spiraling. You know what? You just have to write it out. And luckily, all of the things that have been happening really are going to start to transform back into that forward motion once Mercury goes back and is no longer retrograde. And it's not like it actually goes backwards. It's just that it's a further distance around the sun, and it looks as if it's going backwards, and it's not. But everything passes. It's in the moment that we feel it the strongest. So it's like, okay, if it's anxiety, if it's a hunger pain, if it's a cigarette want or an addictive craving, if it's a hurt, if we just take a moment and walk away or go lie down, take a nap, we'll wake up in that moment. It will be over. It will be over. And then we can think clearly. If you get into a big bind, some of the best things to do is to walk away. Give it a moment. If you can't find that word in the crossword puzzle or the, whatever it is, walk away. You come back, you're like, oh, hot damn, it's right there. Didn't see it. You just didn't see it. Okay. It is hard to do that, and I think a lot of people, Steph Cuervo Queen, I think a lot of people fear being alone. People fear it. You're never alone. Seriously. You could be sitting in your bed and there's probably somebody like standing next to your bed. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying it. We're never alone. There's always somebody there hugging us and loving us and staring at us from across the room. There's not a time in life there's nothing standing there staring at you. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Jose, will I be returning to Beyond Reality? You know what? If JV, because JV has been doing his Independence Gang. So I'm going to have to message him because I did see something about Independence Gang pop up the other night. And I thought, about Beyond Reality. And I said, why am I not on this show right now? Hello, McFly. So if it's on, I'm going to have to throw him a line and then probably smack him a little bit. But no, he would enjoy that too much. I'll just ask him why not. But I'll find out. Okay. Let's see. Lauren Paoletti. Hello, Lauren. How are you? You're on. I'm on. You finally caught me here. Messages from your loved ones. So, Lauren, the one thing that I saw a whole bunch of stuff here, but what I was shown was the edge of a bed, and then I was shown your hand and someone's hand on top of it. But over that, it looked almost like a rosary was wrapped around this hand and then placed here. And it was almost like brown with like a blue look to it, or brown with purple in there, or hazily looking. It was interesting. So a mixed kind of a bead of some form, but a hand that was older than yours on top of yours with a rosary wrapped around it. And interesting, because see, I'm not Catholic, but I have 4 rosaries. I hold on to them all of the time. I use them to pray, and um, they're very comforting. And the message that comes through for you is pray the rosary. And so if it's a second tier up, which is this is a grandmother, great grandmother figure, and it looks like she's just telling you because it will help. It will answer your prayer. And she goes, believe in miracles. It'll answer your prayers. Believe in miracles. I almost feel like within that prayer time, you would be receiving a message and an answer for something. With that too, I almost want to like bing and flick you across the pond somehow. So if that's the case, you may be having some long-term or long distance international travel coming up as well. And if that pops up, do it. If it comes to you that way, it'll probably find a way to happen. It'll find a way financially too, which would be awesome. Okay. Christy, guys, how are you? Wondering if my friend is sending me or her hubby any messages. She's been gone for almost 2 years. All right, Christy, let's take a peek. A friend of yours. Let's find Christy first. Okay, we'll put your friend's husband next to you. That's interesting. I don't think that's her husband, actually. I'm seeing you. I must be seeing you and your man. Golly gee, when they give me certain things, I'm always afraid I'm going to ruin something. But then I'm seeing it, so maybe I should say something, because all I'm going to say, Christy, all I'm going to say is you are on your beach, and I was trying to put her husband there, but first your man shows up, and he's standing next to you, and she comes up behind you, and she puts your hands together. I'm like, that is not her husband. That is your man. And then she sends you a bunch of flowers and bubbles and stuff. Birdseed, bubbles being thrown in the air, that kind of a thing. Hint, hint. As far as she goes, there is an M initial that comes through, so I'm not sure if this is for her or for him. Also, if I'm reading and I give you a message, put it in, and it resonates with you, put it into the comments so everybody else can see that it did make sense, that it vibed with you. But there's an M initial that comes through, a big M. And I don't know if this is your dog or if it's coming from her, but a small dog, I would think about the size of a smaller terrier, maybe like a dachshund, but not as long. So medium-sized dog, medium to small, maybe like a Bichon size, looks brown. It runs between you guys and around in front of you. And I need to put her in a different context because she's doing something, but she's kind of pulling me into a different direction. Oof, deja vu. Big deja vu. We're all meant to be here right now. Big deja vu. Okay. Oh, okay. So all of a sudden, oh my gosh, my neck, the base of my neck started hurting. My head is hurting, like right. And I feel like I'm wearing something. I don't know if it's like a hat or a wrap or a turban or something, but I feel like there's pressure all the way around my head. And I'm like, my throat feels like she's trying to express very possibly what would make sense while she was alive to clue in that it's her. But I feel almost like my throat is burned. So she's making me wonder if she's trying to talk about somebody or herself having gone through like chemotherapy or something like that. And that burning sensation they get from the radiation and so forth. But she's showing herself like light as like a feather, like okay. She died from cancer. She wore a wig and she had an NG tube in for the last week and she just passed. Okay, so this is her coming through, but she's like light as a feather, Christy. Like she just, when I do that, she just kind of goes woo, and she laughs at how she moves, like up, like phew, and then she kind of floats back down, and she goes like a feather. There's just such freedom. She's saying, I can tell you that her hair, her eyes are like beautiful, like sparkly blue, and her hair is long, and her skin is glowy and healthy, and her toes are painted. Um, but she looks happy and she looks healthy. I think that's the point of letting you know, letting him know that she's okay. And something about her ankle too. I don't know if it was a bracelet or a tattoo, but something on her ankle she wants me to acknowledge and pass that on. But again, an M. I don't know why. An M comes through. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Let's see. What is the conversation happening here? What's going on? What is the conversation? Oh, why can't I find her back on Facebook Live? Because I am on YouTube and Facebook, both, but I'm on Facebook / God's Reader. There's that. And yeah. Okay, there. And Teresa, you had to put your 12-and-a-half-year-old rabbit down yesterday. Oh my goodness sakes. 12 and a half years old. I did not know rabbits lived that long. You know what? It's so funny. Animals, I have never met an animal or talked to an animal that was ever angry at their owners for that. Never. Just never angry at their owners for having to do that. Because animals, you know, they will live in pain. They will live out their days in pain because they don't want their owners to know that they're in pain. Animals are just different animals. No, I can guarantee you, none. Imagine where your bunny's at right now. Like imagine what it would be doing, and I guarantee you're right. Guarantee what you see is correct, and what you think is correct. That he's just your bunny's happy. Your bunny is very happy. Interesting. Probably has a giant carrot. All right. Heather. Heather, did you just have a baby? Like today or yesterday? Did you just have a baby? Was it you that I saw having a baby? Okay. Did you just have a baby? And Lucy, I am so sorry. I'm wondering if your name is shortened. Otherwise, I'm so sorry if I don't know how to pronounce that. HGDT. Lucy, you said you stumbled on this live, and I am super excited about that. Thank you very much. Heather, why are you here? You just had a bubby. Congratulations, lady. He's beautiful. He's gorgeous. I love his name. Love it. Congratulations to your family. That's wonderful. All right. So, Lucy, let's see what's happening here. Let's see where I can throw Lucy on her beach. What's different? Find something different. Lucy, where are you? Well, actually, Lucy, you're doing something different. You're on your beach, but you are there's a boat that was out in the water. So when a person, since you're new here, the beach represents safety, security, and grounding. Water of any kind represents problems or situations a person sees coming at them. And the boats are provided to people so that they're able to go out on the water without having to get in the water. They can seek out, opportunities provided to them in a safe way. So if we're standing there and we're like, okay, I know this is happening. I know this is going to be going, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to forget it. I'm not waiting any longer. And we jump in the water and we start heading out. There's no refuge. Like we can't get out of the water. We're going to have to tread. And so we end up, succumbing a lot of times and having to find other means of staying up. But when a boat is provided, it's from God to say, you've got what you need, get out on the water, go make this happen. Now, the thing is that there was a boat tethered. It was tied by a long rope to your beach, which means this is something that there's an opportunity that you have been putting off for a long time. And you are now just deciding it's time. And you're pulling this boat in and you're pulling the ropes and you're barefoot, which means nobody's holding you back right now. And you are about to embark on a brand new journey that usually involves finances. It usually involves a new step in a new career path. And it also involves the relationships around career and work. So when that doorway appears, you go for it and don't hold back. Because like I said, that boat, that's a long boat, a long rope. It's been there for a long time hanging on, and it's time for you to get out on the water. You can't screw it up. You can't screw it up. Yeah, and there's an undertow too. You're right. Steph, you have all these things to fight off. It's just so crazy. Oh. Elizabeth Daniels, you're going through the start of okay, I have an opportunity of miscarriage. I don't have an appointment till Thursday. The history of my loss of anxiety is high. Okay, let's take a look, Elizabeth. Let's take a look. All right, Elizabeth, where are you? Okay. What I'm looking for is the reasons for the miscarriages. That's what I'm looking for, is why you keep having them. Now, there's always, there's doctors are able to explain miscarriage with physical reason. Of course they are. However, there are times when the souls, they back out as well for various reasons. So it's not always the woman. The women always feel so guilty about not being able to carry. But there are circumstances that they need to align with what they want to learn and the lives that they're going to experience. And sometimes the situations and circumstances here are not what they need. And they have to wait, or the timing is off, or there's someone else that needs to be around. There's a lot of different reasons. So let's take a peek at what's going on. And if I go back to the beginning, all right, we're going to look at your uterus. Okay, so, hello, sha, ghosty, stop. He's digging at the vent again. So let's go to the ovaries. So he's digging down into the vent. Ghost! Hey man, I see you. Stop. Ovaries look good. You look like you ovulate more from the right than the left. The right also is a little more enlarged than the left. So you may even have some kind of cystic tissue on the right-hand side. The ovary looks good though. The fallopian tube, this looks good. Getting into the uterus. The only thing that I see in the uterus that may be contributing to the miscarriages is the lack of a lining or lower lining. And it also looks like you would probably benefit from progesterone. So as soon as you know you're pregnant, getting on a progesterone supplement and helping to build that lining up, helping your body, because those cysts, that they may not be maximum, they're not horrible, but having one or two, that would contribute to that issue. Also, if you're saying you have anxiety with these miscarriages, you're working so hard to get pregnant every month, and you get pregnant and then the worry kicks in. That is also anxiety. Strips your body of progesterone, strips it. It feeds on progesterone. So you deplete your progesterone levels even more when you worry and have stress and anxiety. It's what you don't need at all. I'm going to tell you what, go have the best sex of your life, go have multiple orgasms, get that blood flowing to that area of your body. I don't care who does it, get her done, okay? A red wine supplement will help increase blood flow as well, and the red blood cells. And then ask your doctor about a progesterone supplement as soon as you find out that you're pregnant. And if you can get in at any point, even to ask, hey, nurse, can I please get a progesterone supplement now? Get started on that and then go into your appointment. And if it's not, if your HCG is going down, it's okay. You have a little boy who is trying to come down to you. He's going to come down to you. Okay, there's a reason for everything. I would also eat more meat and fries. Up your magnesium and potassium, because he's a little boy. Boys are harder to hang on to, and you need more alkalinity in your body. So go to the Dollar Tree or fill up a water bottle, get some pH water. So increase your alkalinity. Eat your meat and potatoes, eat your bananas. All right. Ask the doctor for that. And that should help. That should absolutely help. Okay. Let's go up here. All right. Megan Tanner, I'm so sorry. I hate mispronouncing. English is really difficult. You just never know. You just never know. Megan, do you see anything for me? Megan, yeah, I actually see you crossing lily pads right now, Megan. The really cool thing about lily pads is that they are attached to the bottom of the lake, not the ocean, the lake. And so we're talking about a smaller bed, lake bed, and they're being that they usually grow so close to the shore, you'd be able to jump from your beach onto lily pads. So you're about like that big. You're about the size of a frog, but you're jumping from these things. The thing about these is that it is telling me to tell you that you are going to have a wonderful opportunity of being able to see what your life would be like under different circumstances. So in essence, you're going to be able to have your cake and eat it too. You're going to have a chance to experience what life would be like this way without giving this up. Take advantage of that. You're not going to be doing anything bad. It's nothing wrong, but just do it because you've been placed there for a reason and the water is calm. The only thing is, usually if there's lily pads, you've got bass beds. So if you fall in the drink, gloop, you'll be eaten because the bass love frogs. And you're like, itty bitty like this. So just don't fall in the water. Take your time. Be careful. Get a good running start before you jump to the next lily pad. Know what I mean? Okay, nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be afraid of. All right. All right. Let's see here. Right? Who does not love cake? Mikey Michelle Judge. You anybody else's sinuses going absolutely nuts the last couple of days? Oh my gosh. Like allergies, sinuses. I just keep trying to clear my my lymph nodes. Okay. Is the cake alive? That joke is going to fall on deaf ears. Oh, I didn't get it. It went because I don't have any bangs, so it went right over my head. Yeah, allergies are really, really bad. So, Megan, what I was going to say to you was, I forgot. No, I got distracted because my ears started hurting. um, I'm watching you and actually, oh, I'm sorry, not for you, Megan. I already read you. It was for Mikey Michelle Judge. That's where I was going. Bam. Okay. You were walking up to your house. Now, the house is all the way up on the dune. Everybody has a house. The house is you specifically. Okay. And I'm watching as we're standing outside the house and what looks like the door is closed and then the door opens. And as it closes again, there's a whole new set of keys in the doorway. And that's interesting because what it represents, and it's a ring of keys. So you're going to have you're going to be in a situation where you're going to have multiple doors to choose from. I'm going to tell you, don't short yourself by only opening one of these doors. Opportunities, they're not always life changing. There's opportunity, you can have 10 opportunities and you can accept all of them, and all they're going to do is enrich your life. Accept every opportunity that comes to you. Except, like, I joke about this, but if it's an opportunity for free candy and the van is really, really beautiful, still, bad opportunity. Don't do it. Not worth it. I'm talking about the friendly, good kinds. No dark alleys, no free candy vans. Okay? All right. So, you room, lots of doors, whole ring of keys. The only dilemma you have is figuring out which key opens each door, which means discernment. So pray for wisdom, pray for discernment. And the really funny thing, you guys, when we pray for something, when we're like, oh my God, please give me patience, he's like, okay, stick her in 4 hours of traffic. That'll teach her patience. That's how he does that. He's not like he just goes, boop, here's some wisdom. Boop, here's some discernment. Boop, here's some patience. No, he puts you in a good place, just like the TV show, to make you figure out all those things. And then you learn them. So when you pray for something, he will give you opportunities to do those things. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. I love that. Does anybody ever watch The Good Place? The most freaking hilarious thing. Oh my God, Ted Danson and what's her name? I don't even know what her name is. It is hilarious. My good place is traffic. Oh, and highway drivers. That's also my good place. That would be my good place. Highway driving and traffic. Oh, my good place. Yeah, it's true. I saw this video the other day where this guy was like, he's like, church girls or something like that, or like they're driving and they're like, oh Jesus, I love you, mother of fire, and she starts screaming at the guy going 9 next to he's like singing this Christian music, and then all of a sudden he's like, effing crazy, and he's like yelling at this driver going by and yelling profanity, and then it's like, oh Jesus, and she goes right back to singing again. I almost peed my pants. I laughed so hard because I'm like, guilty. That's me. That's me. Oh my gosh. I'm always afraid that people are going to recognize me, like, that's Rebecca. She just flipped me off at the light. Cuz you know what? I have no time for selfish idiotic drivers. I just have no time for it. Just get in the road and drive, right? Just just get in your car and go where you're going. Don't look in the rearview mirror at me. Don't wonder what I'm doing. Don't care how fast I'm going. Don't, play little road governor. Don't play games when I try to pass you up and you punch your little ego button and speed up so I can't pass you. Just drive. Just drive. Right? I think they need to put one of those little, just like a little fake button like this that says ego button right there on the dash. So that when the people realize that someone's passing them, you know how they push that and they're like, oh, hell no, you're not passing me. That they just hit that ego button. It like takes off. Psh. Always Sunny and What We Do in the Shadows. You know what? What We Do in the Shadows is my generic ringtone on my phone. So when I don't know who's calling or they're not in my phone, that What We Do in the Shadows is my ringtone because that is one of the best shows ever. It's friggin' hilarious. I have not watched Always Sunny. Exactly. If they would just drive, I wouldn't be trying to pass them. All right. Exactly. Exactly. Steph Selly, you know what? I also drove past a huge white, it was a brand new white cargo van. It only, only had the front windows and then the license plate was Candy VN because you can do 7 in Iowa. It was Candy Van. I'm like, that is flipping great. I was like, I love your license plates. He's like, okay. It was great. Wasn't it sick? I thought that was funny though. All right. So let's say Alycerin. Hello. Could use a reading. Elisarin. I'm sorry if it's improper. I actually see you. I see music being a part of your life or being a part of your world. And I see it in musical notes, which it could also be like artistry as well. And so, these dogs. Do you hear that? So I see as you walk, you've got this like long, like one of those oiled coats, a long coat on. It's kind of brushing your back of your legs. You're wearing some black slacks, some black shoes. You have a hat on. You're carrying what looks like a guitar case. And that may not, but I also see like a portfolio around you. Because then when the music plays, it goes bloop, 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 bloop. And it like blotches like a musical note on a bar. And so there's something about what you do or who you are that is artistic and creative, and it would reach people's ears, eyes, their senses. And I want to put you're also, may I point out, walking on the left-hand side of the road. Excuse me. So you're walking down the left-sided curb, and I am behind you. So that also means that you are probably already deciding on a more difficult path. And you would have, and to get over there, you would have had to give something up or given up something easier. And sometimes following our dreams means that we do give up friendships, or we give up circumstances, or we give up good jobs, and we go for our dreams. And maybe that sometimes means that we're broke for a while, but you know what? That's okay. I mean, I understand that completely, because pursuing something that you love, it doesn't always mean you're going to get rich from it. So I'm seeing this happening with you. And it almost looks like a bigger city. It sounds like a bigger city. It doesn't, there's too many cars, too many people. I would think we're looking at like New York or Chicago or Atlanta, someplace busier, California, like Los Angeles. It's that it feels urban the way that you're walking down the street. So there might even be a move there for you to make that happen. I'm going to put this up here. You are so accurate on everything. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. The feedback helps me to know. Like, I read a woman today and she'd asked about something. And someone came through and said, "Oh, I saw your mother." And then I felt like, wow, so okay. And she was like in the clouds, but then he said to go check on her. And I went, wait, what are we talking about here? How can she be passed over? So then afterwards she was able to say to me, well, my biological mother had passed over, but my adoptive mother is, so those kinds of things, they teach me more, and they help me to know that, okay, that was correct. I just had to separate the two people. So feedback is always good, because then it tells me I'm on the right track. that I'm going the right direction. Um, you're very welcome. Um, I hope that it makes sense and it just either tells you that you're doing the right thing, or, if you're curious, like, ugh, should I be giving this up for this? Yes. You know what? If God gives you a talent, you've got to use it. Just like, the parables. You take that talent and you go out and you multiply it somehow. You do something with it to multiply it and really use it to, because if you're musical and artistic and you're painter and all the rest, go make something out of it, go do it. Absolutely. Okay, so I am from south of Chicago, and I used to go downtown by myself. I mean, 15, 16 years old. At the time I was working in all the movies down there. And so I would get in the car and I'd have to work overnight. So I'd be 10 o'clock and we'd stay out I'm driving around by myself before, we're talking GPS, Garmin's and everything else. And you had your little paper map, and there was no worries like that. Just downtown Chicago all night by myself, 15, 16 years old, working. And now I don't know. I mean, the Miracle Mile, Michigan Avenue is one of the most ritzy places you can go in Chicago. That's where everybody walks around. We're talking Water Tower Place, Garrett's Popcorn. You can't not get Garrett's Popcorn if you are downtown Chicago. And so many movies filmed right there. Psha, they're going to lose they're going to lose their movie and television credits if this continues. This just seriously are, because that's the ritziest part of town. Mikey Michelle Judge, God bless you too. And let's see, Rebecca, do you ever not want to tell someone to something across? You know what? No. Usually, Steph, if I receive a message, if it's something really private, I will say, look, I have something to tell you, but it's more private. I'll get that to you. Sometimes I'll receive a blanket message for the whole room, but I never receive anything that is so bad that I'm like, I can't tell this person. I just can't, because it's not my place. I'm just the messenger. And if I'm being told to tell that person that, then I will. Yep. Yeah, Heather, it is too dangerous, I think now. Otherwise you have to conceal carry, you have to know how to use it. Lala, seriously took me 3 years to listen to really Rebecca, and I finally didn't. Yeah. It wasn't that long, was it, Lala? It wasn't that long. But girl, you gonna be rich. That's all I know. Okay, Daniel, what did you say, Daniel? Hello, Daniel. Okay, first off, Daniel, I'm just gonna tell you what. Okay, Candy Crush man, whose Candy Crush abilities is bad. I'm just gonna tell you, lay off winning against me. Seriously, I was like, I'm gonna beat his ass. I got past you like by 8 levels, and then I got up the next morning and you were like 90 above, and I'm like, forget it, I don't even care. I don't even care anymore. I'm not even gonna try. I totally just quit Candy Crush. No, I really didn't. But somehow it switched us. And don't be sorry. Are you kidding? I thought it was hilarious, because I was like, he's totally beating me right now, and he's warring against me because I'm right underneath him. I thought it was funny. But I didn't know how to reach you on Candy Crush to tell you off. But I haven't been on. I think I have like 1 win in the last week. So yeah, that's hilarious. I love that. But Candy Crush is a horribly addictive thing, and I won't spend money on it. So I'll get stuck on a level for like a good 2 weeks, maybe more. It's sometimes longer. All right. Could have been your dog Zozo coming through. He just passed. He had. Aw, interesting. That's sweet. Okay. Also, lovely. So many things have changed in the past year. Trying to figure out a direction in your life. Okay. Well, actually, Daniel. Speaking of that, I'm gonna finish you, Daniel, and then I'm gonna finish that for the night. But I can tell you, it feels almost like you're going to get to a point, if maybe you're there already, where it's not so much a crossroads, because crossroads show you all these different directions that you can go. And you're pretty free on the clearances, being able to see what you're getting into. But it feels almost as if, I'm just looking at this. I feel, looking at your energy, standing there next to you in the center of the road, I feel like I'm dealing with a loss, an unexpected loss. But as I am standing there with you, I also get the feeling that there is someone that you already know whom is going to be coming into your life and acting as like an earth angel or a bridge out of this situation. So this person is the reason I think they're from your past is because it'll be a quicker connection to you trusting that person, instead of having to meet someone or not be an acquaintance with someone and then they move you forward. And I mean, I don't care what kind of relationship you're in already or not in, but this person is from your past. And it feels like they're an earth angel temporarily placed with you to help give you the strength to move in one direction or the other. And so if it hasn't happened yet, I would look at this and think this is going to happen pretty soon. And it's interesting too, because in the direction you were going, that would be straight. From where I'm standing, it would be straight. But you're thinking, as you're talking, your energy is talking to me going, I was going straight. I don't know if I want to go straight anymore. I don't know if that's the right way to go. I was going straight. What's this way, or what, so you're almost switching up your game a little bit. And your experiences, I think, in the last year have probably changed you a great deal. Still hopeful, but at the same time, still recovering, still healing. I don't see anything that's saying you have to jump the gun right now either. Take your time. Pay attention. Close your eyes. Which way does your heart lead you? Which direction does your heart lead you? Interesting. But someone from your past. And normally I would say anyone from the past, ditch it, let it go. Ignore them. Leave them from the past. But it looks like it's there. This person is coming in to help you. And that's great. And earth angels may stay for a long time. They may be like, hey, thanks, bye. But they always have this meaningful aspect in our life, which is helpful. And it's awesome. Yeah. Oh, Lala, thanks. Yes, definitely. So that you're updated on future events. If you're on Facebook, hit the page like. And I believe you can ask, for notifications on when I go live there. But then on YouTube, click the subscribe and then the little notification bell at the top. And that will let you know when I'm live on there. But otherwise, Tuesday nights at 9 Eastern, you can catch me here. And on Mondays at 11 Eastern, I do Spirit Realm Network on spiritrealm.net. And on that show, I strictly focus on mental and physical health and well-being readings. So thank you for joining me tonight. You guys make it worth it. And I will see you all again soon. Thank you for joining me, and God bless. Take care. Bye.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, folks.
I sure am. Are you ready?
I sure am.
Super excited.